Welcome to Kitchen 143. I am your host, Michelle Aventejado, and today we are going to talk about things that I love while we spend time together in the kitchen. I'm sure you can tell that I'm not in my own kitchen today, and that's okay because I'm traveling, but I do have Gia and Nino back home in our kitchen. And of course, they have prepared this week's dishes, and which of course our theme this week is Spanish. Now we consider this comfort food in our household. Yeah, up here. And of course, this is likely to be the most influential cuisine to our local Filipino taste. Of course, we know Spanish food has dated back to being part of our culinary preference to even the formation of our nation's faith. From savory meat dishes to decadent, luscious desserts, we Filipinos love Spanish food. And we didn't even get to the sangria part. So, of course, being such a big part of Filipino taste in this episode, we will not only share our personal stories of Spanish food, but these stories revolve around friendships that are and also tradition, of course, rich in love, because it's kitchen love. And I'm really excited to welcome some of our friends to the show today. So joining us today, we have Chef Jay Saicon, who is also our compadre. Hey Jay, how are you?
Hey.
And we will talk about how his dishes reflect also his personal preference for his Spanish flavor profile. We'll also be joined later in the show by Paulo de Alba. He'll talk about the Spanish restaurant Alba's, which of course we know is tradition for all of us as well. It's celebrating their 70th anniversary
Wow.
this coming February. And of course, we also have partners who will be watching and of course supporting the show. We have Oriental Merchants, which is a 33-year-old food importation business that has supplied all of our cooking needs for the adventurous home cooks. I know, Jay, even you used lots of the products from Oriental Merchants, even in your restaurant, right? Okay, so as always, be sure to watch out for the Quiz the Cook questions. 5 winners will be taking home the following today. Should we be showing them? Let's show them. From Albus, we have a cookbook. And this is so you can try all of the recipes that we are sharing today at home. You'll also get a deli food box, which includes chorizo and jamon. You'll have a gift certificate to go in and visit the restaurant and enjoy paella, of course, in our favorite Spanish restaurant. And then, of course, from Oriental Merchants, you'll have a big food basket where you will get an assortment of Spanish products that will help you create your own paella, your own tapas, and even just the olive oil, which we love, the Ibarra cooking oil, olive oil. And then, of course, from Chef Mom Rosebud, we have burnt Basque cheesecake. This is delicious. I wish I could have that. I have tried it. It's creamy. It's light. Yummy. You guys will love it. And from PL8 & Co., you can see the callos from Albus is there, and the deli meats and the lengua is all plated beautifully on the Aquina line of dishes. So, we're broadcasting live from on Rappler's Facebook page, on Mama and Manila. We're also on Rappler YouTube and Twitter. So, of course, if you have any questions, comments, want to learn how to cook something, want to ask Chef Jay a question, go ahead and leave those comments and questions in the comment section so we can see them. Okay, Jay, you and my ex-boyfriend go back a long time, right?
Yeah.
Tell us.
I think 10 years old, 11 years old.
Wow.
It's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be like 40 years back, man. Like, we've known each other for a really long time. It's because our dads were such good friends. So all of us, like, all the siblings were all friends. Our moms were great friends. So
I
really,
think
really
that
close
also,
families.
I think that also means you guys would eat together too, right?
most all the time. Like we'd be eating out in the boondocks during the
Yeah,
races.
yeah. During the races, and the food would be packed. So
Yeah,
one of the cars was always like a kitchen car,
yeah,
and me and Jay would always be by the kitchen car because we are just eating
yep,
because we're kids. We're like 12 years old, 13, maybe. Jay, we were racing until we were what, 13, 14 years old, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, we were just
You
always.
guys are in the kitchen again. You're in
Now
the
we're in the kitchen again.
You're back in the kitchen, maybe not in the kitchen car. Wait, so I just want to acknowledge because we have some comments. Of course, guys, all the viewers, we love it when you tune in and tell us where you're tuning in from. Nino, Mark Simon Ting said, Tito Nino, so pogi. He's so happy to see you on camera.
Oh, I love that boy.
Okay, speaking of pogi, Jay, we would come in to your restaurant as a family,
Yeah.
and we know this restaurant that you opened before. When did you guys open that? What year was
I I opened that restaurant early 2013, 2014.
Yeah, so we
Um,
loved
it,
joining you
it
there.
was yeah, it was my dad's. It was one of my dad's and my dream to have our own restaurant. And my dad, okay, first and foremost, just like me, loved to eat. So you know, we would always go to like his favorite cuisine was actually Spanish.
Yeah,
So like
I knew that.
albas, those were my dad had stories about him going to having lunch with in albas and meeting Senor Alba.
That's
So
right.
it's well, it was full circle for us when
So
we opened
nice,
that restaurant.
so nice. And the
I
name
love
of
the
this
name of
one.
it. I love the name of it because it's Tito Boy's name. So it was called Pastors. Um,
Yeah,
Perfect name for a Spanish restaurant, really.
actually, people make mistakes with that name because they think it was a title. Okay, sometimes we get away with stuff because they think my dad was really a pastor.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So many airport lines that we get to cut because the immigration officer thought my dad was a priest.
a pastor. That's cool.
Well, I love that. And I have so many favorite dishes. Of course, when we would visit Pastors, not just when Nino and I would steal away for a lunch date, but also with the kids. Gee, I know you loved eating at Tito J's restaurant
Yeah.
too.
Totally. I remember like one time we were even like I think it was the first time we were there, we got to like look and see like what the kitchen was like, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the real deal. At that point I don't think I'd ever been in like a kitchen like that aside from like the cooking class that I attended. So it was really cool to see.
Yeah, the cool thing about Jay's Kitchen in Pastors was he had that American standard trench in the middle of the kitchen so that after service, the whole thing is just like cleaned with water and everything just goes into this trench. Right, Jay? It was like a
Yeah.
huge difference in
Uh,
like other people's kitchens. His kitchen was just like spotless
my
always.
yeah,
Like
my
crazy.
kitchen. The way we designed the restaurant then was the kitchen was the center of the
Yeah,
entire restaurant. So
that's
anywhere
right.
you sat in the restaurant, you would see the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Through the
you know,
glass. Yeah. Yeah.
Even through the glass.
because it was like that, you always had to be clean. Everybody had to be clean inside
Yeah.
because
Wonderful. Okay, so I know, well, a really big part of Spanish food, and of course, even for Filipinos, we love our rice. Let's talk paella. So we know you're going to teach us paella in a little while,
yeah,
but let's talk about how there's different types of rice that you should
yeah,
use, and there's different types of paella even from different regions in Spain.
yes, yeah.
Mm.
Talking about paella, the main ingredient for that is really the rice. And there are, for me, I've worked with three types. You have the most expensive is the bomba, and then the calaspara, is another type of rice, and the Valenciana.
Mm.
Now, this this type of rice was bred to actually absorb the maximum amount of liquid.
Mm.
But it also had very minimal starch in it.
Right.
So
Mm.
so the rice won't be sticky. It would actually, you can separate it after it's cooked. You can actually separate it
So it's like
without
fluffy
So
sticking to
rice.
each other.
So it doesn't stick together, which is the beauty
Yeah.
of the paella. A good paella will have lots of different things, but you want the rice to make sure that it doesn't stick. It's not sticky rice, guys. We don't want it to
Mm.
stick together.
Yeah.
And we don't want it actually starchy like risotto, right? Which is
Yeah.
the Italian
Mm.
rice. Very different.
Mm. Yeah.
Question, there are a lot of things that make it easier. How do you feel about, well, how do you feel about the kits that come together? Because I know Carmencita has this paella kit, right? Maybe you guys want to show it. You can pick it up. It comes with almost everything you need. Jay, talk about, I think this is something you used and then you added, right?
Yeah, I would actually use the Carmencita Paellero, but I would actually I used a lot of Oriental Merchant products like the Ibarra olive oil and the Carmencita Paella. Also the Carmencita what do you- the
Chorizo,
no, the powder,
the
the red
mix.
powder.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That one.
Okay,
Thank you
but
for the visual aid, my love.
Yes.
I would mix that. I would mix that with with the stock that I would do
Mm.
from the seed.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that. I saw that in the video. Yeah.
In the video, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen
You-
other people just kind of mix it like in the paellero when it's already like the rice is there, and
Mm.
but I like how you did it in the stock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, later I'm gonna tell you guys that the Carmencita goes with the first batch of stock, so it colors the rice.
Okay. Well, let's cut
Especially-
to the video so you can
Yeah.
show everybody. Let's share the video. Here we go. Looks delicious. And which one did you make, Jay?
That one. I made a Valenciana.
Okay.
So red onions, white onions, and garlic. So I basically used half of each.
Okay. And these are what we call the aromatics, no?
Yes. And then I bought clams. I made clam stock.
Ooh.
With
Also,
Okay,
the
wait,
stock you're
right?
using is clams.
Okay.
Okay.
So I used I fried the chicken so you can get the fond from what's left of the chicken onto
Yeah.
the pan so you get more flavor.
yeah.
So
And
I fried the chickens there.
The paellero makes a difference, no?
Yes,
Because
yes.
It's flat.
And
It has
then
the
of course you add the chorizo.
Yeah.
And also the oils from the chorizo will also color the rice.
Yes.
Ah,
Mhm.
okay.
Okay, and then of course you add now your aromatics. Red onion, white onion,
Mm.
well, that one first, then put a little bit of pepper because you don't want to burn the garlic.
Right.
No one likes burnt garlic taste.
Nobody.
So this is saffron. Did you put the saffron in the stock?
Yes, I put the saffron inside with the Carmencita mix,
Okay.
and then I got the stock. Now, important with the stock, you're not supposed to flavor the stock as in really flavored because it's going to reduce
Yes.
and it's going to turn salty if you flavor it too much.
Ah, yes.
Mm.
Because you're
Okay, so
reducing,
now-
reducing.
Yes. So now
That's top tip right there.
there. So you can see right away that the colors changed.
Yes.
So now you just keep on adding stock until the rice is cooked. Now don't stir, don't mix. You have to be patient.
So this
Why-
is on
why-
the
why is that?
medium
Why
low
can't you mix it?
fire? ahead.
Because you don't want. Uh, I said there's no starch, right? But if you mix it a bit, the starch there is going to make it sticky.
Ah,
Whatever. Okay. And then now you start adding the seafood. Of course, the crabs first because it'll take longer to cook. Add the little stock, then add the shrimp.
Slowly,
mm,
slowly, slowly. So paella is a dish of patience.
Yes, it's
mm.
also Spanish cuisine is also predominantly one pot dishes.
I like that.
Okay,
Um,
it's one pot dishes. You keep on adding and adding and adding, and then when you eat, it's communal. It's family style. Yeah, it's not
Yes.
plated.
So very much like the Filipinos and very much like the Italians. So we
Yes.
eat all together. You know, I have favorite parts of the paella. We often end up fighting over the bottom part. We
Oh,
it's
it's called the socarat.
yes.
what is it? What is it called, Jay?
It's called the socarat. Now, the socarat. Uh, once your paella is the rice has been cooked and your seafood's been cooked, I cook it a little bit more without the cover on,
Mm.
and you use your senses, basically your sense of smell and your sense of hearing, because
Mm,
you can hear it actually sizzle and cook once the liquid gets drained from it. Now, the trick there
Mm.
is not to wait too long and not to have your fire too high, or else you'll get burnt bottoms. You don't want
yeah.
burnt bottoms with the sakarat.
You
You
just
want
want
to have
crispy bottoms, not
you
burnt.
want crispy. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. I want to just say hello to all of our viewers who are tuning in. We have viewers from Divisoria, we have viewers from Pasig, we have viewers from Mandaluyong. Of course, we have some regulars. Hi, Chris V. Marie. She says your paella looks, it's me, grabe, yummy. She loves paella. Chrissy
Thank
Ruiz.
you.
Caballero. Hi, Chrissy. How are you? Tejada is crying because she's so hungry for paella. So, guys, don't cry. Don't cry. We also have someone watching from Parañaque, from Mexico, even from London. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Yeah, hello. So good to see you. I'm so glad you're tuning in. Guys, you know. Okay, wait, we have a question from Shy D. Lim. This question's for you, Jay. What is the ratio of rice to broth?
Okay. For the recipe that I did, that was I think good for four. I used
Mm.
about 250 grams of rice, of the paella rice, and I used about um, total. I used about 3 liters of stock.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. That's a
Yes,
That's a
lot.
because
lot.
as you saw it when I was cooking it, I open and close it for 3 times. So
Mm.
after I sauteed the rice with the aromatics and I put the first batch of stock, I had to wait for it to
Reduce.
reduce until it's gone, and then I added another one. So each one of the pitcher I was putting is about a liter. It's
Okay.
about a
Wow.
liter of stock. So I used about 3.5 because the half is when I was starting to add the seafood because I wanted it to cook and covered.
Yes.
So
So
you
steamed.
don't want it to dry out,
Right.
and
Mm.
then
Delicious. It looked so good. I can't wait to come back home so I can eat paella with all of you guys and of course my anak rako. Okay. Okay, guys, you know this is the part of the show that everybody looks forward to. Please make sure that you share the live stream. Make sure that you're set to public, the post is public, because in order to win, you have to make sure that you share. Sharing is caring. Okay, you know what's up for grabs. What's up for grabs? From Alba's restaurant, we have a cookbook, a deli food box, and a GC for paella. The deli food box has jamon and chorizo. From Oriental Merchants, you'll get a fully outfitted food basket so that you can prepare some of these dishes at home in the comfort of your own kitchen. From Chef Mom Rosebud, from her kitchen, you will receive a burnt Basque cheesecake, which, guys, I will confess, when I first tried this, I kind of hid it in the back of the fridge so that no one else would see it. And then, of course, from PL8 & Co., you see all of our callos, our deli meats, and our lengua that's plated here in this beautiful Aquina pattern. And you will receive a dish set so you can serve your own food at home. Okay, remember, sharing is caring. You have to live in Metro Manila. And for this set of giveaways, we know that it's the first person who answers correctly that will win. Remember, we are kitchen 1, 4, 3. And of course, for this first question, it's the first winner. And while I will read this question, and then after this question, we'll actually, Jay, I have some other questions from viewers for you as well. Okay, so guys, are you paying attention? I think they are. They're all ready. Jay, whenever they do this,
I'm ready.
They're very excited to win, of course. So here we go. Name the restaurant that Chef Jay and his father used to run together. Okay, so while everybody is going to be trying to answer that correctly, we have 2 questions. I know we answered one earlier, but maybe you could just talk about the rice quickly from Athea, Vernice, or Danya. What rice do you use for the paella? You said there were 3.
Yes. Right. The Bomba, the Palaspara, and the Valencia.
Right.
You can buy the Valencia locally from your favorite stores, favorite deli stores.
Yes.
That's what I use now for this paella.
Fantastic. Okay, and then from Avon Dale Arconada, he's watching from Pasay, and he's here to support Chef Pau de Alba. So we'll be bringing Pau on a little bit later. So let's see. I think we do have a winner. Let's see if there
Definitely have a winner.
We do. Okay, and it looks like yes, Pia.
I saw it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, remember. Okay, we have a winner. Gia, do you want to announce the winner?
So the winner is Ashley Go.
Ashley Go, congratulations. You answered correctly with Pastors. And Jay even shared that was his dad's name that people, he went by that. So it was very special. This restaurant was very special and really a wonderful family endeavor. And, we're sad to have seen it go, but we know the chef. So in case we want or we are missing, like in my case, my favorite Rabo. I know, Nino, that's yours as well. We love that. Maybe we can talk about that later. But while we're talking about family and tradition and, the institution of family food business, and let's bring on Pau. Hello, Pau.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Hey, Paolo.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
How are you?
Good.
Excellent. So I know Nino and you have exchanged some stories. Of course, the Alabang branch for our family was our go-to place, but Nino and Albas goes so, tell us about, they go so far back, right? Tell us about your dad and where you guys are from in Spain, and the types of food, and even like the very first restaurant, like when you guys your first branch that you opened up.
Sure. My dad is from Avila, Spain, and he came to the Philippines in 1952. He was working in a restaurant in Spain, and some Filipino dignitaries went to him in the restaurant, asking him if he wanted to go work in the Philippines. And they gave him a contract for the Philippines, and he came to the Philippines in 1952. I remember he told me he thought the person was joking, and he said, "Sure, why not?" And then he told me, since I'm a man of my word, they came 3 weeks later with all the paperwork. I said, "Well, I have to go." So he was 23 years old when he came to the Philippines. And since then, he's been working. His very first job was with Casino Español.
Mm.
And then from there, he
Wow.
started opening his own restaurants.
Fantastic.
first-
And tell us
yeah.
about that first branch.
Yeah, the first restaurant was a 5-table restaurant. But very quickly, it became too small. So he had to open another one and then another one. And I remember he even told me, since he was single then, he knew how to ride a motorcycle. He would even go house to house just to earn extra money to teach housewives how to cook Spanish dishes.
Wow. Oh, so he empowered the housewives.
Yeah.
What an incredible story.
Honey,
Yeah.
Pau's dad is super pogi. 20-year-old super pogi from Spain.
Yeah. Well, they say I look a lot like him, so I don't know.
Well, you are super pogi, pal.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think my wife would agree with you.
Fantastic. Well, babe, I know you have
Honey.
your own stories and memories of Albas, and I'd love. Why don't you share them with everyone?
Well, I was born and raised in Makati. So when I was born, my family, we lived in Bel Air, right? And there was an Albas in Bel Air on Polaris.
Still there.
So I remember, I think I was like 12 years old, maybe younger. My dad would send me to the restaurant to buy jamon serrano, right? And I remember Senor de Alba would be behind the bar and he's slicing it for me. And there was no plastic back then. So I think it was just aluminum foil. He'd lay it all out, nice and neat, fold it up, right? And then I'd get in the car, driver and I would go home. But by the time, because they were only in Bel Air 3 and we lived in Bel Air 2, by the time we got back to the house, I probably ate like a third of it already. So my parents would always buy like extra because they know I would like eat it on the way back. And that became like a story when my younger brother, he knows that, we're on a jamon serrano trip, so he would come with me and then we'd eat it on the way back.
He
So
wanted
my
in.
parents,
It's the tax.
yeah, it's the tax. As
He wanted in. He wanted
Yeah.
in on the goods.
That's
Okay,
right.
so Pau, tell us about the pandemic has changed everything, and I
Yes.
know Albas is very much a family business.
Yes.
With Mig also, and you taking over and the ropes, learning everything. Tell us about how you guys have adapted. You shared a couple of different stories, and I think it's really heartwarming. How you even learned the business.
Yeah. Well, immediately after the pandemic hit, my brother asked me to do some things. When the lockdown happened, he told us, "Okay, tell everybody we're gonna be on lockdown. We're gonna close the restaurant. Excuse me, but we're gonna send everybody home. All the perishables, divide it among the employees so they have something to cook at home, and we'll guarantee them their salary for the next while we're on lockdown." Thinking it was going to be about 2 months lockdown. Unfortunately, it went a little bit longer than expected. But that's what our commitment was. That's the commitment of my brother. And when we came back in operation, it's only takeout. So all our waiters either have no duties or lessened hours. And what we decided was to keep everybody, not to fire anyone, but they're welcome to do other jobs on the side. So to help mainly our waiters, since they're the ones who don't have the duty. So we asked them to be the riders for us. So takeout became our main source for our customers. And we developed boxes so that you have the box where you have the paella, the lengua, and the callos in one
Right.
box. You can send it to everybody, and the paella meals that you have there.
Yeah.
So that one is the paella valenciana, the pollo al ajillo, and macaroon. So one person can get that. If you have a party of 20, we can send those deliveries out at 20. And then 20 of our waiters, or at least 10 of them, will get the delivery fees. And the delivery fees goes directly to them. We don't take any from that delivery fee. So at least that's their extra income.
Yes.
And we're blessed to have loyal employees. From the very first moment it happened, they said, we want to share the hours to everybody. I remember stories of some of them even saying that hey, why don't you take my hours since you have a baby to feed? I'll take my day off. You take the hours.
Wow.
And then one of our managers, her ayuda from the government, she brought it to the restaurant because she knows she has a little bit more. She shared it with everybody else. So
Wow.
some stories, other stories like that.
What a beautiful story of everyone taking care of each other, and the community and the culture of Albas, and how you have really brought everyone together. And that actually, I'm a little emotional. Thank you for
It's really
sharing
been a
that.
family. Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
become a
it
family.
really is a family. And that's what we feel like. I know whenever we would go into Alabang, I feel like, we're being welcomed back into your dining room. Even with Dante, right, Nino?
Yeah.
Dante Dantes.
is just one of the Dantes. There's 3 of them in our company, and 3 of them are captain waiters.
They're fantastic.
But my guy is Dante Dantes. He's my guy.
I also remember the very first thing we did with some of the stock, because we don't want them to go bad, and we don't want to reopen with old stock. So what we cooked all the stock with the instructions of my brother, and sent out all the paellas to the frontliners. We sent them to the hospitals during this first few weeks of the lockdown. So we did this for about, I think, 2 weeks until it was all gone.
Paul, you really have created such a loving culture and supportive with your restaurant. I mean, of course, coming from your dad and all the way you're carrying that on. It's so beautiful. We do have a comment from Edwin Vivian Ocias. She said, Albas is my late husband's favorite restaurant in Morato.
Thank you.
So thank you for sharing that,
Thank
Vivian.
you very much.
Thank you, Vivian.
Yeah, and it's been families of families that are coming into restaurants. It used to be the dads, the lolos and the lolas. Now it's the grandchildren who are coming into the restaurant.
You have one here on cam right there.
Yeah.
So fantastic. So speaking of the grandchildren, so Gia has prepared. You guys know that whenever we do anything for Mama in Manila or even for Kitchen 143, Gia is always side by side with me and Nino, of course, in the kitchen. She is my favorite kitchen buddy. And she prepared she researched what she wanted to make. I suggested something. She did make that also. And I'm really excited for her to share her first recipe. I mean, she's done some videos before, but I'm the one talking through it. So this time she'll share her recipe. G, are you ready?
I mean, yes. A little shy, but yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see it.
So we made the croquetas de chorizo, and I think this is something that even my brothers also love. Like whenever we go to Albas or whenever we eat Spanish, this is like one of the things that we make sure to get. So here I'm just chopping up some chorizo, and then I'm gonna fry it till it's kind of crispy. Yeah. And then after that, draining it. And then from there, it's like making the base. So chopping up an onion, dicing it small, and then frying it in butter and the Ibarra olive oil. So there, and then cooking it till it's translucent. It's all the onions are cooked. Then adding flour to like make a roux.
Okay. This was surprising for me. I actually thought croquetas was mashed potatoes.
Like my whole life. When I took a bite of the first one, I was like, oh my gosh, my whole life's been a lie. I thought it's potato all the time. It's not.
According to my dad, it could actually be either mashed potatoes or flour.
Okay.
So it's not totally a lie.
Right. It's not totally a lie.
Not totally. So then you add the milk and then you stir, adding the chorizo back in, and then once everything is all combined, letting it rest in the fridge overnight or for a couple hours, and then you form it into the ball shapes, like the kind of log things, and then rolling it in.
So is it really important to make sure that the dough is chilled?
Yeah, that helped with like being able to handle it. The batch, I didn't make everything at like this time. I saved the rest and then fried it for dinner afterwards. And have some now, but it was easier when it was colder, so that too. And then just
Okay.
frying it till it's nice and golden. Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful.
You can just keep popping these like donut holes, you know, savory donut holes.
Even better because it's got chorizo.
Mhm.
So, G, I'm so proud of you. Not that you ever you. Is there anything you cannot do? Like this is so fantastic, right? Yeah. I love it, and I love that you researched because you knew you were also going to be sharing the recipe, so you really chose what you wanted to make. But okay, so now there, in addition to croquetas, so Pao, Jay, we would say that croquetas is more like a snack, tapas. How would we eat? Let's say, how would we eat croquetas, hildas, pinchos?
Well, the croquette, tapas and pinchos. There are, for me, I think in Spain it's a totally different food group. Each bar or restaurant would have their famous tapas or pinchos. And what people would do is they go to each of these tapas places, have a drink, have a taste of the tapas or the pinchos, and move on to the next.
Water.
So it's basically like bar food.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very sophisticated bar food.
Yeah.
Well, it's delicious bar food as far as I'm concerned, and I can eat it at the table. I don't need to be at a bar. Now that Gia knows how to make it, I can sit down at the dining table and say, "Hello."
Oh, and Han, in a little while, you're gonna learn how to make sangria. Oof.
Okay, which is what we drink that with, correct, Pao? I mean, like when we're having tapas.
Yes.
Yes. That's actually the
red
bar
wine.
hopping in Spain. You go to bar hopping, not for the drinks, but really for the tapas.
For the tapas.
Okay.
Tapas hopping.
Well, I can't wait to take the family when things, are better. I can't wait to take everybody and visit Spain. I've only been to Madrid once for Best Buddies training, but I did take a few extra days because, of course, I wanted to enjoy myself by eating the food. So much so that I think I remember I called Nino while I was there. And I said, "Hun, can you please make sure I have space for extra luggage? Like pay for the extra luggage ahead of time." Gia, do you remember what I brought home?
You brought home like anything and everything, and I was just so surprised by how much she brought home.
Yeah, I think I purchased like an extra 20 kilos.
And the 20 kilos was filled with chorizo, jamon, manchego, like everything, down to even the membrillo. Like I wanted to bring everything so the kids could taste what I had eaten, in these different bars and these different restaurants. It was delicious. So we have some other tapas that we're going to share. G, I think, I know you made this, but I can also share and talk through it. We have Hilda's, and then we have Jay's pinchos as well. So let's roll those videos. So for me, in the Italian tradition, we have a lot of pickled vegetables, right? Like the giardiniera, and it's always mixed on the table often. In this case, we made the pepperoncini, which is just like we use the green sinigang peppers, we deseeded them, and we pickled them. So Gia really just prepared the vinegar and made them ahead of time. For this, we used just anchovies and olives, and the Ibarra olives actually come in a few different varieties. For this one, they used the garlic. Yeah. And so it's stuffed with garlic, but they have stuff with pimento, salmon, and even almonds.
Ketchup.
So very simple to put together. This is probably something that could be made ahead of time if you guys did want to make your own Spanish tapas at home. And so very easy, simple. These are the anchovies. And this, I always feel like it's a party in my mouth because you have the salty, you have the briny, you have just a hint of spice from the pickled peppers, right? And it's really fun, easy to put together. And if you have the pickled peppers in the fridge, you know, we always have olives, so the olives are always, you know, around. You just got to open up a tin of anchovies in this case. So we do have some people saying hello. Ellen says she loves the chorizo from Oriental Merchants. All of these products here too, you know, we pick them up at Oriental Merchants as well. The olives, even the olive oil that she's drizzling. Plating it on the Akina plate from PL8 & Co. Just, it kind of makes it special, no? You saw how easy it was, but it looks special. So many comments here. Okay, so Joey, he says, the servers from Alva's actually remember the regulars.
Oh, yeah.
We have Chrissy Caballero, who says, yeah, they look so good. So Gia, your Hilda's look delicious. Marjorie Liwag. Hi, Marge. How are you? She says, hello to all of us here.
Hello.
Michelle De Leon says, Alba's is a restaurant with a heart. And of course, our cousin, that's either Enna or Richie. I'm going to guess that it's Richie, saying hello to Pogi Boy Nino. Okay, so we have, Pogi Boy Nino.
It doesn't say that.
Oh, well, I think you're Pogi Boy
Okay,
Nino.
cool.
So, what's the matter, Gio? Why are you like? Okay, so I think we have one more video for our tapas, and we can roll that, and actually Jay is going to walk us through it. So these kind of, you know, the croquetas, the Hilda. See, now Richie said, Pogi Boy, the croquetas, the Hildas, and the pinchos.
Hello, Pogi Boy Richie.
Talk about them, yeah. So Jay, you can walk us through how you put together the pinchos that we can even do at home.
So for the pinchos, I made one pinchos. That's the one with the bread. That's the manchego cheese with the well, okay, we'll start with the chorizos. Bread. You
So
cut
this is
the
just
bread.
prepping all the ingredients.
Yeah, and then now olive oil. So you can saute the onions to make caramelized onions. Now you have to be patient when you do this, but it's gonna reward you. You're basically cooking down the onions to make it very sweet.
Right.
And then now we're doing the chorizo from OMI,
Yep.
from Oriental Merchants, which is very good. And then add a little bit of garlic. And then, of course, their cheese, their manchego, it's very, very good. Just enough sharp flavor, okay? I cut it and I put it on some bread.
Mhm.
And you add a little bit of salt to that.
Do
So
we
you get
toast the bread? No.
Yes, you toast
Yes.
the bread.
Okay.
Then you add the cheese and you top it off with the caramelized onions. Now you put the sticks. Okay. And you add the olives from Oriental Merchants. I use the olive with pimiento. So
How
it goes
easy.
with it goes with the saltiness of the saltiness of the chorizo, with the brininess of the olives and
Yes. It's all about balance, diba? I mean, I
Yeah.
think like in all of these dishes, there's a little bit, this is why I say it's a party in my mouth, because there's always balance. You have all the different flavors, which are yummy, and the textures too. Okay, so guys, this is another time for Quiz the Cook. We have up for grabs the Alba's cookbook, which you will learn how to make all these dishes, like some dishes that are listed here, straight from Pao and his dad and their family tradition. We have from Oriental Merchants a food basket with all of these things. So the thing about the paellero, even there, they have like a little QR code. So if you're unsure of how to make the paella, it's a you scan the QR code, it shows a video, and it'll walk you through it really easy. You can also refer back to Chef Jay's video from before. Then we also have from Chef Mom Rosebud's Kitchen, the burnt Basque cheesecake that I promise you will absolutely love this. And to plate it all when you are at home creating your Spanish feast, PL8 & Co. Aquina plate set. So guys, again, as you know, you have to share the live. You have to live in Metro Manila because these prizes, of course, are perishable. And we are going to pick commenter number 4. Pao, maybe you want to read this question for everybody?
Sure.
We're ready for the Quiz the Cook question.
Albas is celebrating its anniversary in February. How old is the restaurant?
There we go. Fantastic. So while we are waiting for everybody to answer correctly, remember it's the person who answers and is the 4th person who answers correctly. Okay, so we will look for you there in the comments, but while we're waiting, let's bring on one of our resident mixologists and a good friend of mine, Jerome. We have Blended Family, man. Hey, Jerome.
Hey, it's good to see you all again.
Welcome
and I'm so
back.
excited to see some of the secrets behind these Alba Spanish recipes too. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I know you even have been going to Alba's for years as well,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, since I remember actually one of the first restaurants that I ate here in the Philippines about 10 years ago was Alba down in Alabang. And It was one of those tastes where after you have it, you're like, yeah, I could stay here. I could stay in the Philippines. Paella was like mind blowing. And recently I even moved to Makati and I passed by and there was an Alba in Makati. And I said, yeah, I could stay here. I could stay here.
Fantastic. And I love that, even with you, we enjoy eating together, and Alba's is definitely something we both, all of us enjoy here. I think we have a winner, guys. That was really fast. So you guys were paying attention. We have a winner, and it is Richard Vergara for answering correctly. Vergara Richard. So I'm going to say Richard Vergara because I'm pretty sure Richard is your first name. He answered correctly for in its 70th year. So happy anniversary to Alba's. Congratulations, Rich. We, of course, will be sending you a message to ask you for your delivery details. Okay, Jerome, we were talking about, Chef Jay taught us how to make paella. We're talking about pinchos and tapas. And of course, we know that from the sharing of Pao and Jay, that when we go to the different restaurants or bars to enjoy these dishes, there's always a drink that accompanies it.
That is
tell
right.
Tell us about what you made, how you made it, and why did you choose these drinks?
Sure. So, having tapas, originally it was for the guests, right? It was for travelers, and they would serve it with sangria. So, sangria, if anybody's brushed up on their Spanish, it means blood, right? So you can imagine it would be red, but you can also make it with white wine. So you can make it with red wine or white wine, and it's a punch. And it turns out it's surprisingly easy to make. So I saw these other recipes. They look kind of challenging. I'll work my way up to those. But I still like to cook. I love to eat. And so I actually got what I thought was a secret recipe, but we're going to be able to share it now. It's Alba's sangria.
Yes, they have generously shared our favorite drink when we visit in their cookbook, and you guys can make it at home too. So Jerome, why don't we roll the video and you can walk us through
Sure.
What you made.
All right. So the thing to know about me, even though I'm not the most amazing cook, when I make stuff, I like to go all the way. So I like to find the best ingredients And here we are at the store. We're getting the oranges and the apples. Now, for the oranges, you don't want to just grab any orange. They're in season all year round. You want the Valencia or the navel oranges. If you want a sweeter orange juice, go for the navel. We're slicing this. You want to slice it down the right direction so that you can juice it easily. That's the way to do it. That's the right way. So you can twist it on there. Not going to fall apart. I learned that the hard way.
Also.
I did it the wrong way the first time, but I got it right eventually. Maybe about 4 or 5 oranges. You pour it. You're going to have a cup of orange juice right there, fresh squeezed. Take a bottle of your red wine. You can put, I put the whole bottle. Split it between 2 1 liter carafes there. Then you take your brandy, you pour your brandy in, you pour your orange juice in. You saw that 1 cup? That 1 cup goes a long way. You can split it between the 2 carafes. Put a little bit of soda water. That's not just water. That is actually soda water right there. Put it in the ref. Put it in the ref. Wait about 4 hours. Overnight is even better because then everything starts to soak together. It's amazing. You slice stuff up. Don't cut your fingertips off. You take your apples. You dice the apples. Sprinkle the apples in there, take a little bit of orange, and get the orange pulp. Stir the apples and the orange pulp into your sangria. Let that soak in. Now you got chewable alcohol, which is even better. you pour that in the glass right there. Sprinkle it on there. Your friends start to get impressed because they think you actually did something, and they don't know. All you did was mix this up. I mean, this is like bachelor level, early Family Guy. Anybody can do this. This is simple.
Fantastic. So those ingredients are actually pretty simple and readily available, right? You said it was apples, oranges, soda water,
all year round,
red wine, and you put brandy or
yes.
There was
if you don't have brandy, you can even sneak in some whiskey. If you don't have brandy, sneak in some whiskey.
Why not?
And that's the cool thing about sangria too. You can actually. I learned it's flexible.
Well, we are all flexible here in the kitchen, of course, especially me, Nino, and Gia, because we're not chefs. But I know the chefs on call are flexible too. Okay, so we are ready for another quiz. Oh, wait, do we have another video, Jerome? I think we have another video.
We do. Yeah, you let me know if you're ready.
I think we are.
All right, so sangria it gives you that wine flavor, but what if you want something with a little more punch? You want a little bit more, a little more kick in the pants. That's where the Agua de Valencia comes in. Once again, we're gonna get the oranges here. Those are Valencia oranges. How about that? I think they're from Valencia, California, but we won't tell anybody. If you don't have time to squeeze oranges, you know what you can do? Actually, just get yourself a liter of orange juice. You can just go that route. If you're in a hurry.
Crazy effort for the first one.
Stick those on the side. Now, this is actually a cava, a sparkling wine. You can use champagne if you want to go the French route, but you take your sparkling wine, you pour that in there. You only need the 1 cup and the 1/4 cup measuring cups. That's what I like about this. It's so simple. So you pour that cup of champagne or cava and a cup of orange juice. Pour those 2 together. Now, you could also make the mix ahead of time and just pour the cava in at the end. It's up to you because the cava is sparkling, so you don't want it to go flat on you. So you mix all of these ingredients here together. You got the white rum, we've got the vodka, that's a Sarina gin. I went with the local gin brand up there in the front there. You're only taking a 1/4 cup of these. Don't go overboard. A little bit goes a long way. I promise you.
Sure.
I think I had some earlier.
For sure. I feel like I'm a little tipsy just watching.
Oh, you got your triple sec there. You put that in there. Now, if you, this is going to be a little bit sweeter than the sangria, but if you want, you can even add a little bit more sugar too. Just pour that up there. Serve it to your friends over ice. This one also, since we don't have the fruit soaking in there, you can just, you can make it real quick and serve it up. You don't have to wait overnight. So it's different twist. Does the same thing.
I think it does it a little bit faster than the
It's
sangria.
quicker, yeah. Gets the job done. This is when you're all about
speed. More in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of liquor. So who helped you drink that? I know Camila's flying right now.
Yeah. When she lands, I make one of these up and boom.
Fantastic. Okay, guys, we are ready for another Quiz the Cook question. Of course, you have to live in Metro Manila because these prizes are perishable. And of course, you have to have shared our live Guys, hashtag sharing is caring. Of course, so here we go. From Albus, you will receive a cookbook, a deli food box including chorizo and jamon. You will also receive a food basket from OMI, which of course includes all the items that you would need for your kitchen arsenal to prepare some Spanish treats at home. From Chef Mom Rosebud, you will receive a burnt Basque cheesecake. And from PL8 & Co., you will receive the Akina plate set so you can plate all of your food and bring it to the table. Too sweet. So very good. I see canonigo. So some of the other things that I would put on a Spanish feast, you have your canonigo from Albas, and you also have your boquerones. You guys remember Sinfully Sabrina guested for our Halloween episode. She also has these boquerones. Again, one of these like pandemic businesses for her. She started selling this. It's perfect with tapas and perfect, of course, if you were going to create your own Spanish feast at home. As always, for Kitchen 143, we like to teach you how to make everything. And if that's not your thing, you can order, right? There are partners here that know how to do this, been doing it for years. And if you are in a hurry or if you are planning a celebration, it's so easy to go to the experts. Okay, so question number 3. We have Jerome. What are the ingredients of Jerome's sangria? While we are waiting for the winner. So guys, remember this is answer number 3, right? So we will have the third person, 143. This is the third question. So promos, we have so many promos going on. Maybe you've seen them there on the ticker that has been flashing here and there as we have been chatting. First, with OMI, Oriental Merchants, every November, they have this amazing sale for everyone to stock up on all of their imported goods. So they have lots of Spanish products, but they also have Italian. They also have beans. You know, actually, I've been buying their lentils, and I didn't even know that it was part of their group. Like, I love lentils. I make lentils often, the Italian kind of soup, hearty, that's really yummy, and I serve it as just one meal. It's a one-pot meal. But they have this sale every November, and this year it's from November 19th to 25th. And if you would like to take advantage, first of all, everything goes on sale. It's really discounted. But because you are watching, you have a special discount, K143XOMI, and you will receive an additional 10% on your order through the website, okay? So you will get an additional 10% for Oriental Merchants, and you can stock up. This is the time you can stock up. This is also the time that you can purchase your corporate gifts or your gifts for your family or the gifts for people that you really love, or your cookers or your eaters, because they do have some things you can eat readily as well, your cookers and eaters, right? And then we also have a special from PL8 & Co. If you would like to purchase anything from them as well, you have another discount code from them, K143XPL8. And anything that you buy that's 1,000 pesos or more, so a total order of 1,000 pesos or more, you get an additional 10% off as well. Guys, our partners for our episodes are always so generous. You have to take advantage. This is the time, and especially now because it's November, Christmas is coming, and if you've been a good girl, you can even treat yourself like I do. Okay, we have a winner. The winner for this third question. Let's see. Jerome, do you want to announce the winner?
Sure. In fact, I'm actually impressed because I went full auctioneer when I was reading those ingredients. So I want to say congratulations and good job to Jeppert Chua.
Congratulations. Answered correctly.
Caught all the ingredients of the sangria. If you need to catch it, you might have to rewind a couple of times. I was talking pretty fast there.
Yeah, and so I like that we're kind of not making it so easy for them, no?
That's right. I know these guys they're psychic abilities. They can predict the answers before we even say them. So we have to up the challenge a little bit there.
Okay, so burnt. I want to talk. We've talked about tapas. We've talked about the paella, and of course we had sangria. I know Gia has her favorite dessert in front of her, which is also canonigo. That was the first time. You should talk about the first time.
I've been
you
eating
tried
it.
Honey, she's been eating it the whole
there's
time.
half left here. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been eating this whole time.
Oh.
Honey, we always have that
noticed.
one guest.
She's been sneaking bites.
I'm not even. I'm eating not even sneakily. Like,
This is a cooking show, and everyone
It
is
is.
welcome to enjoy and eat. Unfortunately, I can only have coffee over here in Boston because it's so early. But let's talk desserts. There's a new trend. There's lots of trends. While we're talking about tradition and family and how all these things have been passed down, I noticed a new trend. I'd say it was in lockdown also, where everybody started making burnt Basque cheesecake. Right? And I've seen like some online sellers, and I've tried some of them as well. I really love Chef Mom Rosebud's version here. There's a difference here. It's not just your average cheesecake. We know that it's about a 30-year-old recipe, right? It started in San Sebastian in Spain. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And
Jerome has his.
everybody wants. This is super popular now. If you haven't had burnt Basque cheesecake yet, guys, where have you been? You have to have burnt Basque cheesecake from Chef Mom Rosebud. Okay, and it's really rustic. It's from northern Spain. You guys are digging in.
Yeah, we're digging in. I'm toasting with
How big of a
Jerome.
piece is too big? I mean, what's the appropriate serving size? Is that about this is about a quarter of the cake? Is that right?
That's
as long as you
perfect,
can
man.
finish
Perfect.
it, yeah.
the appropriate
All right.
serving size.
Oh, it's totally appropriate. Oh yeah, you got yours, I got mine.
Yeah. So this northern Spanish specialty, it's made of all of the good ingredients, right? When we talk about, you start with good ingredients, and I know Chef and Pao would, Chef Jay and Pao would also agree. Cream, heavy cream cheese, of course, sugar, eggs, and flour. And of course, there's lots of different ways that people make them. Chef Rosebud's is, for me, the creamiest. It's not too sweet. It's perfect. It's really creamy. And I think that's the thing that I love the most. It was made in Basque Country, and it was around 1990 when Chef Santiago Rivera of La Viña in San Sebastian created this. And what makes it different is it's a crustless cheesecake, right? So they cook it really high heat in the beginning, which is why it kind of looks like they call it burnt Basque. There's nothing burnt about it. Promise. It tastes delicious. And there's all these different, sellers who have popped up through the pandemic. And I'm so glad that Chef Mom Rosebud has shared hers with us. And guys, remember, you will also, so we've been talking about this, and we have been saying, right? Chef Mom Rosebud is delivering one of these cheesecakes to you as well, right? So you will have your ingredients to make your tapas, to make your paella, and you will have a dessert and a plate set to serve everything on. So you have your own Spanish feast at home.
Yes.
Really exciting. Okay. It's time for another Quiz the Cook question. We are getting ready to round things up. We do have, Ashley is saying, Gia, please share. Let's go to our comments because we do have some of our friends. Gia, please share. Ashley, you won. You were the first winner. You're going to get your own cheesecake.
I'm not sharing with you, Ashley. You get your own.
So it's very exciting to see how everybody is tuning in, and of course sharing the live. Share it with your friends. Tag your friends in the comments too. Hi, Jeffrey Gallardo. How are you? Where are you tuning in from? We're so excited that everybody is here celebrating Spanish food with us. Okay, here we go. Quiz the Cook question number 4. Please remember, share the live. and you have to live within Metro Manila. From Albus, you will receive your own cookbook that you get to refer to for your recipes. You'll have a deli food box, including chorizo and ham. You'll also have a GC to go visit the restaurant and enjoy your own paella on site. You can visit in, where are the locations, Pau?
In
Estancia.
Polaris, Estancia Mall in Pasig, Tomas Morato. We have Westgate Alabang, Makati, and then Prison Plaza in Pasay near Mall of Asia.
Fantastic. So guys, you can go into any of the locations, enjoy your paella, order a few other things to enjoy as well, and celebrate because things are opening up now. Things are looking up.
Honey, we're so blessed that Rappler headquarters is right above Albas.
Yes.
Yes.
The same
Yes.
building.
Restaurant of everyone in the office.
Yes, absolutely. I see Jerome's better half is tuning in also.
Hey,
from where she
Camille.
is. So
Oh,
Camille says, love you guys. Camille, we love you too. Thank you for lending your husband to us for this show again.
I
We
have good news
Benson.
too. I texted Chef Mom Rosebud and asked, "Can you put the cheesecake in the freezer?" They said that my wife's going to be coming home in about a couple of days from now. She said, "Yes, you may freeze it." So
So there's your answer
Awesome.
to your question, Camille, because Camille asked, you guys made me crave for, sorry. Camille said, I have a question for Jerome. Did he save some for you? See,
yes, I
Camille
did.
is putting it in the
It doesn't look like he's saving any, Camille. Like his slices are like a quarter of it a time.
See, the thing about doing the show too is now she knows what my cooking skills are becoming. There's no more. I can't just hide out and pretend I don't know what I'm doing. So it's getting all public.
And now you have a cookbook.
Yes.
And then there's a book pop.
There you go. And you are armed
Book
and
pop.
ready. Hi,
Oh look, my
Mike.
cousin.
Yeah.
Honey, my cousin says that you guys made me crave for Albas. He's gonna walk to Polaris right after the show.
Mm.
Go
Aw,
ahead.
Awesome.
We'll welcome you guys.
fantastic.
He's from Bel Air.
Tell him we sent you.
Yeah, tell him I sent you.
All right, so guys, you will also get your own cheesecake and, of course, your PL8 and Co. And remember, you have to live in Metro Manila. Let us ask this question. Gia, can you please read our question number 4?
So, who came up with the burnt Basque cheesecake recipe?
Ooh.
Okay, I talked about that really fast, so I'm not sure
Can
if
I
you
give a
guys will
hint?
remember.
I can give a hint.
You don't have to. You don't
It's a
have to. give
Spanish
hint.
guy.
Oh, that narrows it down.
There you go. But the name sounds like a
Fantastic.
Filipino
Guys,
name.
remember, this is question number 4. So the 4th person to answer correctly will win all of the prizes from our partners, right?
Yeah.
So that includes our partners. That includes Albas, Oriental Merchants, who's having a fantastic sale, in the coming weeks. Chef Mom Rosebud, and of course PL8 and Co. Now, if you guys are not one of the lucky winners, one of the 5 lucky winners, you don't have to worry because PL8 and Co. is having a sale, not a sale, but you can use our code K143 times PL8. And then, of course, you also can take advantage of all of the sales in OMI that will be happening later this month using our code K143X. OMI and receive an additional 10% off the already discounted prices. I mean, these prices are, guys, it's super low. I'm not going to say it's below wholesale, but I know that they are really fantastic when they do this sale. This is the time you stock up, guys. This is the time to do it. I do believe we have a winner.
Oh.
I'm very excited to announce this winner. Hun, can you please read our winner?
Me? All right. And the winner is Chrissy Ruiz Pareja Caballero.
Woo!
Yes, congratulations, Chrissy. One of the team
Congratulations,
members
Chrissy.
from Rappler will be will be contacting you for your address and your phone number so that we can send everything over to you. Okay, so when we talk about Spanish food, we know that Filipinos love Spanish food. We love the tradition, the heritage, and of course, the way that everything is served, family style. It fits us. It works. And when it ain't broke, you don't fix it. So in my in my opinion, we can come together and create these dishes in the safety of our own kitchens. But if we want to celebrate and we want to share the Spanish love, we can of course take advantage of the experts who have been doing it for years, 70 years to boot.
70 years.
70 years. By checking out Albas. They have deli boxes, they have party boxes, they have party packs. So there's like, you could send a whole meal that's good for like 6 to 8 people. You could send, just party packs for people, even if it was like a business meeting. That smaller pack, Gia, you can show that on cam also, right? So there are things we can do. And of course, it's even better when we get in the kitchen with people we love, friends that we cherish, and of course, using fantastic ingredients that are readily available. So good, guys. Okay. One last quiz the cook question before we wrap it up. Let's ask Pau to read this for us. But before we do, I will, of course, remind everyone, you have to share the live stream. It should be public. You have to answer correctly. This is the 5th question. So person number 4, 14344. Yes, I am dating myself by those numbers.
For the young people who don't know what that means, it means, honey, I love you very much.
I love you. So, of
Gotta
course.
get it in there.
So, of course, 4th person to comment correctly, you will win this. And up for grabs is our cookbook from Alba's Restaurant, the deli food box, a GC to go visit and enjoy paella in the restaurant, Oriental Merchants food basket that you can arm your kitchen and create your own Spanish dishes at home. Chef Mom Rosebud's delicious burnt Basque cheesecake, and of course, PL Layton Co. Plate set to serve everything up for the family. You can also, guys, when you prepare all of these things, please take photos and tag us. We want to see what you win and how you prepare your kitchen love for your families. Wow. This is what it's all about. We can't eat together, but we can certainly share online all of these yummy dishes and treats that our partners are sharing with you. So, Pau, can you read our last question?
All right. What do you call the crispy bottom part of the paella?
Ooh.
It's what Nino and I fight over.
Yeah.
I never win. Is it really a fight?
So that's Chef Jay and I talked about that earlier. We talked about how to just get the right ingredients or the right, even using his senses, that, when you cook this dish, I see some correct answers. And while we're waiting, let's see, we do have, it looks like, ooh, they're good. They got it. Some of them got it. Some of them are using, I guess, what you would call the Tagalog word for it as well.
We need a Spanish word.
Yes.
Yeah, you need the Spanish word that Jay and I talked about earlier. Jerome calls it his. Jerome, is that what you like to?
What do you call it?
Part?
Mine.
Mine.
Is that your favorite part of the paella as well?
Yeah. I mean, it's actually, if you see, when you go to like buffets and things like that, family style stuff, it's always what the first bite and the last bite is the one nobody wants to take, right? But being American, there's no shame in my game. I'll take the first bite and the last bite.
Up here.
No shame in my game.
You know what we call that, Jerome?
What is that?
When I first moved here, after a while, I was entertaining, and there was like a last piece of salami on the charcuterie board, and she was like, I saw everyone sitting around the table, and no one was eating it. And I came over, and I was like, "Oh, last piece!" Picked it up and popped it in the mouth. Yeah. She goes, "Oh my, you took the jahe piece."
Jacket piece.
The jahe piece. It's the last piece. It's the jahe piece.
Oh my.
The piece of shame.
The shy piece.
Yes.
Yes.
Who else
I'm
would
not
take the
shy.
jahe piece but the American?
That's right. Yum. It's good.
That's me and you, Jerome. That's me and you.
That's right.
Okay. So, all right, guys, again, remember, to win, you have to share the live stream and you have to have it public. We can't award any winners that did not share the live stream. Very important. Fia backstage is making sure that everyone is following what needs to happen. So
That's right.
if you did answer correctly and did not share the live stream, so sorry. So sorry. Okay, guys.
Wow, we
G.
had a lot of answers.
There's a lot of answers.
A lot of answers.
There's a lot of answers. Wait, Gia, so favorite part of the Spanish episode for you today?
Oh, without a doubt, getting to eat canonigo. There is no more.
Hun, she's been like eating it the whole time.
The whole time. I don't know how you didn't notice. It's like one of the things that I remember growing up eating at Albas on Sundays, and then like having the buffet. I would go up like 3 times and just get canonigo. So it's just like so happy.
Yeah, and the I don't know, Hun, if you remember, but whenever they'd had a buffet, and then like my favorites not there, like the 3, the Calios, the Cuchinillo, and the Canonigo, Dante would just come in and say, "Boss, don't worry, boss, we have that for you."
Always. Meron pa, boss. Meron pa.
And then the 3-piece, like the ensemble of like the 3 guys with the bass and the guitars.
The combo,
Yeah.
And your dad would always ask them to play the different songs.
He's got 5 songs that he would always play, and even if it was just us going, we'd still play the 5 songs, right?
Yeah.
So,
I
I miss those guys.
I love that. And I love that, Gia, I love that that's part of your Sunday tradition growing up too. That's where we would go after church.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Cool. Thank you for making us part of your tradition.
Been going to Albas for almost 40 years. Wow. I mean,
how can that be? How old are you?
Turning 50 in January. So
I think we have a winner, guys. I'm not sure how to read the name, but we will try. The winner, Low RVL. Low Revel. Low answered correctly.
Low RVL.
Low RVL. Hello.
Hello. Oh, so maybe it's initials, LO.
Maybe they will reveal the name to us later.
Maybe that will be a question later. Yes. Okay, guys, before we go, of course, Jay, tell us where people can find you, what you're up to now. I know you have like the bow business, you do bows you're also selling food from home, and tell the viewers where they can find you, follow you, and see what you're up to.
Oh well, for now, since the pandemic, everybody's been home. So as you can see from the background, I'm home. So okay, we've been selling food. You can actually follow us if you go. It's called How Bao Manila.
Okay, How Bao Manila.
Yeah, that's on Facebook and on Instagram.
How do you spell that?
HAOBAO.
Okay, got it.
It's translated to good bao.
It's good.
It is good. I've tried it. It is good. And of course, I know my kumare is behind the scenes there. So guys, if you want to see what Chef Jay is doing, you can just message How Bao Manila. And of course, his lovely wife will answer and make sure that she gets your order. Okay, Jerome, where can everyone find you and what you're up to?
Well, I cannot run. I cannot hide. There was only one McEwen, but now there are 2 McEwens in the Philippines. So you can look up Jerome McEwen. That's McCuin. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also on there as the Blended Family Man. So you can remember the guy who blended up those drinks for you Family Man, also on Facebook and Instagram.
I love that. Yes, thank you. And thanks for joining us again. I may ask you to come back.
Oh, gladly.
I
Anytime. Anytime.
Hey, is that sangria right there, man? Is that it?
I've been chewing this drink all day.
Fantastic. And Pau, tell us about Alba's, where the handles, where everybody can follow and order, and how, what you have going on, any specials for the holidays or anything else.
Yeah, just visit our branches. We're in Alabang, Westgate Alabang, Estancia Mall. We have in Tomas Morato, Makati in Polaris Street. We have in Pasay near the Mall of Asia. And of course, the cookbook is available in all our branches. What my brother and my dad did was to make sure you'll be able to cook it at home. So they made the cookbook easy for you to follow. So all ingredients will be here. Our deli, we make it here. We import ingredients from Spain, but we make it here in our own commissary. So we have that available in our branches as well. So we have deli baskets for Christmas gifts. We have party boxes for your Christmas parties coming up.
Jerome has it right there.
All the way up to 200 deliveries in one party. We can do that for you if needed. Just let us know. We can arrange it for you. So visit all our branches. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pau. And of course, you guys know when you choose Albus, you're choosing family and tradition. And of course, Pau, we are praying for Cash and Migs.
Yes, thank you.
For the whole family. And, we're so very fond of your whole family. And thank you for joining us today. So guys, of course, if you would like us to share something, or you want us to research something to share with you from the kitchen, please comment down below to let us know. If there's a theme or a food that you would like us to explore, we like going down that rabbit hole of information and learning more. And we love doing that together with you here in the kitchen. I am Michelle Aventajado, and I am so excited that I got to host today with my ex-boyfriend Nino, and my bestie Gia, and of course my friends Jay, Jerome, and Pau. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks when we talk about Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Turkey.